Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Morgan Hoover. Well, crime statistics earlier this week suggest violent crime in southern Kentucky is mostly holding steady. But News 40 discovered one troubling trend that was not obvious when the information was first released. It's something that is not talked about openly. Officers are having to respond to mental health issues more now than ever before. In Bowling Green, police spend 400 hours a month on mental health calls. Other counties are spending money on overtime for their officers for the same reason. Krista Garrison begins our team coverage. And as we mentioned, the statistics of suicide are often ignored. Many families often talk about it only in hushed whispers because the pain is just so deep. I sat down and spoke with a family member who still gets emotional even though she lost her sister 11 years ago. There's always hope, and there is always help. Locally, there are many organizations that can help you if you or a loved one is struggling with mental illness, depression, or suicidal thoughts. Rebecca is involved with the organization NAMI. That's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They hold weekly support groups. They have also been a number of support systems created on WKU's campus. Jay Gabbard tells me that many college kids struggle with mental illness. Many don't always know how to ask for help, or they believe there's a stigma tied to mental illness. He says suicides on campus have actually increased. And to combat this, they started an on-campus support group for people struggling with thoughts of suicide.
For some of the college students, their parents either don't accept the fact that they have a mental illness or they highly stigmatize it. It's particularly present with men. A lot of times we're kind of socialized not to express our emotions.
If you or someone you know needs help, there are several ways to reach out. The National Suicide Hotline, that number is on your screen. It's 1-800-273-TALK. That will put you in touch with a local representative. You can also reach out to Life Skills. They offer mental health services. Their number is 270-901-5000. You can also visit our website for more details. Well, News 40 has learned the first Afghan refugees are headed to Bowling Green at this hour. They were among those who were quickly evacuated from Afghanistan during those chaotic days last month after President Biden suddenly pulled all Americans out. Lexi Schweinert is standing by at the Nashville airport with the exclusive story. Good evening, Lexi.
Good evening. The first two Afghan refugees just landed in Nashville at 4:36 p.m. this afternoon, and they will be living in Bowling Green. This is a huge day, something we've talked about for months. Albert Mbamfu, the executive director of the International Center of Kentucky, will be escorting them back to Bowling Green and their new home later tonight. These are the first two. They're a couple, a 23-year-old woman and a 33-year-old man. These first two will be the two of 200 that will be coming to Bowling Green up until March 31st of next year, 2022. Albert Mbamfu says this is the first day of many happy days.
Today is a wonderful day. It's a great day. It's a beautiful day. And we are so excited to receive this first family, and many more are coming. And what I want to say is thank you to the people of Bowling Green.
Albert says he'll be picking up a family of 10 refugees from the airport tomorrow, and on Sunday he'll be picking up 2 more. I'll have more tonight in our 10 p.m.
All right, thank you, Lexi. Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Scott Burchett for a first look at our forecast. Hey there, Scott.
Hey, Morgan, some great news about the weather. The rain that we've been seeing, look at this. It is actually moving out now. The last of the rain really around central Kentucky into eastern Kentucky and then along the Ohio River. We could still see an isolated shower develop tonight, even into the weekend, but for the most part, all that rain we saw in that cutoff low saying goodbye to south central Kentucky. So that is some very good news now. As far as those temperatures are concerned, we had some sunshine today mixed with the clouds. Temperatures not too bad, still trending above average in a lot of communities. We're seeing the low to mid 70s east of I-70 or I-65, Munfordville 74, Glasgow, Scottsville, Edmonton 75, a little warmer off to the west in the upper 70s. And if you're heading out tonight, well, I don't think you're going to need the umbrella so much, but get ready for some warm temperatures. The last of the rain I mentioned is moving out. We'll be warming up just a bit heading into the weekend. Isolated showers, well, there is that chance into the weekend, and then more rain next week. We'll cover all that in 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Morgan.
All right, thank you, Scott. Well, coming up next on News 40, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is not happy about Republicans caving to Democrat demands in Washington. The latest on that after the break. Kids Noah and Amber Claire are found safe tonight in California, thanks to one woman who says she couldn't have just turned around. She had to say something when she spotted them on a beach in California. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Morgan Hoover. It's been over 2 weeks since Amber and Noah Claire went missing from Beaver Dam, Kentucky. Now tonight we want to break down the timeline of events leading to their rescue earlier today. Investigators believe that around October 30th, Jake Claire bought a silver Subaru from an individual on Facebook Marketplace. On November 5th, 3-year-old Noah Claire from Gallatin, Tennessee, he went to visit his father, Jake, in Beaver Dam, Kentucky. Noah's mother says, well, he never returned. 16-year-old Amber Claire has also been reported missing. Now, on November 7th, that silver Subaru was spotted in Arizona, heading west towards California. November 11th, surveillance photos show the three walking with camping gear in San Clemente, California. Then 2 days later, Jake's vehicle, that silver Subaru, is impounded here in San Clemente, California. Now, it wasn't until November 16th, 11 days after the children were first reported missing, that an Amber Alert was even issued for 3-year-old Noah Claire. An alert was issued for both Tennessee and Arizona. And because of that alert, Julia Bonin recognized the three while driving her son to school in Orange County, California. She now says she is so glad she followed her instincts.
And tearing up, I just wanted to go hug him, but I didn't because, some strange lady running across just saying, we did it. But I was thankful and just grateful that I followed my instinct.
Jake Claire is facing an aggravated kidnapping charge in Kentucky and especially aggravated charge in Tennessee. Now tonight, Jake's family is speaking out. News 40 reporter Megan Stamp spoke with his brother-in-law, who tells us he is overjoyed to have Amber and Noah home, but their relationship with his brother-in-law will never be the same. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Hoover with breaking news in downtown Bowling Green. Within just the hour, just outside of the News 40 German American Bank studio, a man was picked up by police in our parking lot after reports that the man threatened someone with a gun inside of a business. Police were staged on either side of our building, holding AR-15s and handguns, searching for the man. Parts of Chestnut Street and 10th Avenue were closed. While police assess the situation, we are told that the man calmly entered police custody. Now we know that he is not being arrested or charged with any crimes at the moment. Police tell us he had no gun on him when they approached him. He is being taken in for questioning at the moment. We will continue to follow this story and bring you new updates as they arise. I'm Morgan Hoover. You may remember back in May that a man spray painted political messages on several buildings and sidewalks in downtown Bowling Green. Well, it's possible that the same man may have struck again. On Fillcrest Drive and Curling Way, some locals noticed spray painted political messages on the roadway. The lettering is very similar, as you can see on your screen. The downtown graffiti reports were handled by the Bowling Green Police Department. Well, this new graffiti is in the county, and it was handled by the Warren County Sheriff's Office.
Welcome back. Of course, we had your baseball highlights, the championship highlights, of course, but let's take you to the gridiron, Patrick. How about that?
Well, Western Kentucky football hosted the Indiana Hoosiers on Saturday night for the biggest game in the house since 2016. But after losing in a nail-biter to the Hoosiers, the Hilltoppers can't dwell long on the loss as they shift their attention to the undefeated Michigan State Spartans. WKU will hit the road and head to East Lansing for a primetime matchup against the Spartans on Saturday night. Head coach Tyson Helton is excited for the opportunity, but understands the challenges ahead.
Really excited about this week. Get to go play Michigan State. I've been there. It's a great atmosphere. I know our players and our coaches are going to be extremely excited. Had a tough loss last week against a really good Indiana team and really trying to bounce back from that. Hats off to Michigan State, and when you watch them on film, they're playing the right way, and there's a reason why they're undefeated right now. They're doing it the right way for sure. So we'll have a big challenge ahead of us, and looking forward to that challenge. Should be a great game and a great atmosphere.
Let's head over to the pros. Tennessee Titans are coming off a huge win against their divisional foes, the Indianapolis Colts. It was a 4-quarter bout, but the Titans prevailed off the backs of Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and with solid defensive play, Tennessee is looking to keep up this consistent work ethic.
You know, we knew that this was going to be a battle. We knew that this was going to be a 4-quarter football game. You know, we executed in some critical situations. Defense was great on third down. much better on the red zone, and you can see that those are big factors in helping us win.
And moving to the Queen City, in just week 3, the Cincinnati Bengals picked up one of the biggest wins of the season over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this big victory will be short-lived as the Cincinnati Bengals have a quick turnaround preparing for a primetime matchup with Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars on Thursday night. What some may not realize is Jacksonville head coach Urban Meyer was the Ohio State head coach when Joe Burrow was a Buckeye. The Bengals quarterback rarely saw the field there, causing him to transfer to LSU, and well, we all know the rest is history.
I put in the work. I had some injuries late in my career there, and that kind of set me back a little bit. And they knew the work I put in every day, and I knew the work I put in every day. And they gave me an opportunity out of high school, and that's all you could ask. And it didn't work out, but the skills and everything that I learned there helped me to get to where I'm at right now.
Definitely fun to see all the action on the gridiron, but coming back, we'll go back a little bit to baseball. Patrick and I test our arms out at Bowling Green Ballpark. You won't want to miss it after the break. Welcome back. Well, we had a lot of fun yesterday at Bowling Green Ballpark, and Scott was our phone cameraman a little bit, and we actually got a live shot of us on our Facebook Live of Patrick and I warming up a little bit, getting our...
Well, I threw my arm out. If we want to call that warming up, sure, we can go with that.
Well, I will say it was pretty impressive. Check this out. Patrick going up and gearing up. 60-mile-per-hour pitch right over there. And then, of course, they had to throw me right afterwards on the cartons of milk. Oh. Is that what it is?
It was like wood
jugs of milk.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So let's check this out. I'm going to embarrass
I'll give
myself.
Maxwell credit here. He smacked the top one.
I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, so if we don't see you back here on the desk tomorrow night, it's because the Hot Rods called and offered a contract.
Well,
right?
they called me earlier and they said, we saw the 60-mile-per-hour fastball. Why not need you on the mound there?
Listen, I give you props, Patrick. I get it. You threw. I threw 46 when I was doing it. That's why I had you on the speed pitch.
He said before we went live, he was like, I don't want to embarrass myself. I was like, fine, I'll take the bullet for us.
Listen, I'll take the accuracy. 3 is not too bad, not too shabby.
And also, one of y'all pointed out, you had a sport coat on. So, it's not easy to move in these things, whenever you're trying to stay crisp, because you guys still have to go on the air.
Exactly.
Right.
Like
I give y'all props.
Yeah. What I will say is it's crazy to see guys that throw 90 to 100 miles per hour in this league. It's insane that these guys are throwing so quickly.
Yeah, it just shows the different talent at the professional level. I mean, my shoulder is sore from throwing a 60-mile-per-hour fastball. That's 30 mile per hour less than most pros. That's insane.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm impressed though. The accuracy, that was pretty amazing. I think if I would have thrown it behind me, I would have been good.
Granny toss underhand.
Exactly, that would have been my style.
Well, the important thing was y'all had fun.
No, exactly.
It was a blast. The Hot Rods are amazing. The hospitality was incredible. The interviews were amazing. I mean, big shout out to the Hot Rods. Yeah. Not only on their win, but just they're an amazing franchise.
Yeah, and it was really nice to get to cover them throughout the portion of the year that we were here for it.
Absolutely. Great weather too. Y'all couldn't have asked for a better couple of days.
Could not agree more.
And let me just say, I enjoyed being there to cover the weather live. It's always fun to kind of get out of these 4 walls and take the weather on the road and use the iPad to control the maps. But check out the sunrise and the sunset for tomorrow. Brought to you by Window World. Should be good conditions except for some fog tomorrow morning, 6:39. That sunset. 6:33 tomorrow evening. Could have an isolated storm as we go through the afternoon hours tomorrow. Otherwise, looking like a pretty pleasant day. Last warm day for a little while.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, fellas. And thank you at home for joining us tonight. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow morning. Tage and Lexi. We'll see you at 6 a.m.